is up, team? Welcome back to another 45-minute live endurance ride with me, Lottie Sorrell, from our studio here in London. Yes, team, you're killing it on those emojis. I couldn't even hold it in, that made me so happy. Yes, Jen, welcome. All right, team. Now, I'm hoping that you saw when you clicked on this session, but this is an endurance game. That means we are going to be working longer work periods with fewer rests. For the most part, we're going to keep it down in our resistances 1, 2, and 3 in those nice aerobic zones, but we might have a little adventure up at resistance 4 if the mood takes us. All right, team. If you are joining on that team display, or if you're joining on demand, come and join us live. You can come and join Jessica, Jen, Kasheen up on this live leaderboard, and Peaceful Yogi, who's just joined. Welcome, welcome. All right, team, without further ado, we're gonna kick this thing off. Let's take that resistance all the way down to 0. Fee, Marco, welcome. Now let's add enough back on until it feels like a nice flat road under the bike today. This is where we begin. That warm-up timer starts. We have 5 minutes on the clock. That playlist starts. Take a moment, team, to just bring yourself into the room. It's a Friday, so it's easy to get a little hyperactive on a Friday. It's easy to get caught up in all of those things that we need to do before we clock off from work. So I want you to take an extra second to just consciously leave all that stuff off the bike today. Bring yourself into the present moment. And as you do that, I want you to look down at the bottom of your app screen. You're gonna see some numbers and some colors in a little wheel right there. That is your RPM, AKA the current speed of your legs. We're gonna bring it gradually and slowly up to yellow zone, 90 and over. Yes, Fee. Fee, how's your week been? Summarize in 1 emoji. I know you can do it. Yes. Super underrated emoji answer. We love it. Marco, 1 emoji, go. How are we feeling this week? Yes, Marco. You know what, team? This might be my new favorite game. Keep holding it there in yellow zone. Jen, 1 emoji. Hit me with it. How are we feeling this week? Yes, Jen. Beautiful. All right, team. We're going to start to pick up this resistance now. We're going to add some on until that flat road starts to feel like sand or gravel. We're gonna find our resistance 2. Try and hold it in that yellow zone. Yes, Kasheen. Yes, Jen. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Peaceful Yogi. Yes, Marco. Yes, Fee. For today's endurance game, as I say, we have some nice long rounds. For all of the next few rounds, it should feel pretty manageable. And this is the mark of our endurance training. 70% is gonna feel nice and chilled. It's gonna creep up on you though in that final 30%. So we're gonna get everything nailed down so that we can tackle that challenge when it comes. Yes, team, beautiful. From here, we're gonna take a second to think about our form. Always important, but especially important when we have these longer sessions. We're gonna push those heels down towards the floor every time we rotate those pedals. We're gonna make sure our knees are straight on the bike. They're not gonna come over the crossbar. They're not gonna go out to the side. They're gonna point down that big, beautiful road out in front of us. We're gonna roll the shoulders back. We're gonna relax the neck, and we're gonna brace the core. From here, you should get that extra little bit of power. We're gonna try and find triple digits, 100 and over in that yellow zone. And those those of you who do my live sessions regularly, you will recognize this triple digit round. This is my favorite place to warm up because we have to push a little bit. Start to switch it all on, team. Yes, Kishin. We have 1 minute holding here before we are done with our warm up. Yes, Fee. Yes, Marco. Team, so nice. Keep it going, triple digits. 40 seconds left. Now all that's gonna happen, as this timer counts down, we're gonna find resistance 1 again, and I'm gonna turn up that volume. We will start our first endurance round. It's gonna be 5 minutes. It's gonna be super, super simple. Are we ready, team? Start to find resistance 1. That volume goes up. Bring it to your yellow zone. We have 5 minutes on that clock right now. And this shouldn't feel super different to our warm-up, really. It should feel pretty similar. That's kind of how I think of endurance. And if you're new to the concept and you're wondering what it involves, essentially, we carry that warm-up all the way through until it ain't so warm anymore. Endurance in a nutshell. Yes, Kishin. Yes, Fee. If you're like me and you love speed and you love strength, you're gonna wanna get carried away in this first round right here. I can already see myself slipping up into that red zone. So we're all, including me, gonna control ourselves down at that yellow zone. I can't help it, team. I get so excited to see you, that's why. Yes, Fee. Yes, Jessica. Shock of the century. Endurance game is fast becoming one of my favorite rides from someone who never enjoyed endurance training. I'm starting to love it. The reason is I like to think of this as a little moment to just switch off your brain. Once we know what pace we're going, once we know what resistance, you can just carry that momentum and find a little moment of chill. Yes, Marco. This is why we chuck this right at the end of a Friday. Although I know it's the morning for some of you. Keep going on that yellow zone, team. If you're feeling super switched on through those legs and you're wanting that extra challenge, there is nothing stopping you from coming to those triple digits. Yes, Kishin. Yes, Fee. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jen. Already, I'm looking at some of these numbers on my leaderboard, and I'm pretty blown away, I'm not gonna lie. We've got Fee on session number 417. Woo! Fee, putting in that grind day in, day out. Jessica, joining us from the States, session number 110. Yes, Jessica. Everyone, Kishin, session number 12 within 10 days. I feel super honored to have been a few of those sessions, Kishin. You've been smashing it. Marco, session number 32 within a month. Yes, Jen, Session number 48. We love it, team. It brings me so much joy to read out your numbers. Not because there is any element of competition, but just because I think all of those little moments of motivation deserve a little mention. Sometimes it's not easy to make it into sessions. Life happens, plans happen, whatever it is, but those are 125, 11 instances, whatever it is, of you choosing to put some time for yourself in your day. And that 100% deserves all the celebration we can give it. I'm gonna pre-warn you, team. Today is one of those days where words don't come out properly. I've noticed this. On Fridays, it happens. Keep it pushing. We have 30 more seconds left in our round one. We're gonna start to push that up now. We're gonna add on some resistance in 10 seconds. We find our resistance too, and we are gonna move straight in with no rest. Team, add it on. Find that sand or gravel path that we had in our warm-up. Your challenge is to hold yellow zone. We've got 5 minutes. Secretly, I love endurance because I get to chat to you too. A lot less time programming and a lot more time getting to know all your goals. We love it. Yes, Fee. Yes, Jessica. Hold that yellow, team. This is where that slight fire is gonna start creeping into the legs. Yes, Jen, smashing it out. Yes, Jessica. Do we all have that fire by now? Yes, Marco. Really nice in that yellow zone. Yes, Kashin, beautiful work. Yes, Kashin. And for anyone who shares my previous troubles with endurance game and endurance training in general, I've been super frank about the fact that I never ever used to enjoy endurance training. And as someone whose mind is constantly at 1,000 miles an hour, I thought it was so boring. But you know what really helps? As you cycle down that road, I want you to picture it out in front of you. And we're gonna do this little exercise right now. Picture that road. Picture your obstacles along the way. Either metaphorical, literal, people to overtake, whatever they are. And as you cycle past them, visually let them fall behind you. Whether it's work stress, a big deadline, something going on in your personal life, picture it out on the road, cycle past it. It sounds really woo-woo, I know, but it makes it fun, number one, and it feeds back into our perceptions of the world. Team, we've got 2 minutes left in our resistance too. We see how that time flies. Yes, Kishin. Yes, Jen. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Fee. Yes, Marco. the full Friday crew. If you are joining us on demand or on team display, I can't see you to call out your name personally, but know that I am rooting for you 1000%. No matter what time you're joining this, no matter where from, whether it's a Friday afternoon or a Monday morning, you've got it, team. We have 1 minute 15 seconds left on our resistance 2. Yes, Jessica, I know it's happening. Andy, welcome. Happy Friday, so nice to see you. We're here in our resistance 2, yellow zone, for 50 more seconds. Yes, team. We're gonna take this old school today for our endurance round. We're gonna keep our light resistances. We're gonna keep resistance 1 and resistance 2 working. We're gonna go right back to resistance 1. Before we get any kind of rest, we're gonna do 1 more endurance round at resistance 1. This time, it's gonna be 5 minutes, just like last time. But then, we're gonna add a little challenge right at the end for 1 extra minute. Team, find resistance 1. Find that flat road. Hold that yellow zone. 5 minutes. Little reminder to use this resistance 1 to solidify that form. Make sure those knees are still pointing forwards. Those heels are still pushing down to get that engagement in the back of the legs. Make sure that core is still braced. And if you're bad for this like I am, make sure those shoulders are relaxed. If anyone's ever done any boxing or anything, where you want your shoulders up like this, we're going for the opposite. You and I have the same trouble. We hold it down, team. Yes, Fee. Yes, Andy. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jen. Yes, Kishin. Keep it pushing, team. Andy, I had who I now know is your sister, Shara, in my class earlier. She smashed it, of course. Love it. This is it, Motosumo is a family affair. I'm trying to convince my sister to join. And I told her if she ever does, she has to put her name as Lottie's sister, so we can all push her. Yes, team. If you're feeling it, find those triples. We've got 3 minutes left in our resistance 1, round 2. Yes, Jen. You've been smashing this speed the whole way through. This one is for you. Yes, Fee, right back at you. And back to all of you riders on that live leaderboard. Fist bump coming your way. Yes, Kishin, smashing it. Keep that movement going. This is the beauty of our endurance game, team. It doesn't have to be hard pushes. And at any point, you can bring it down if you need to, as long as you keep those legs moving. That is the goal. Get those emojis ready. We got a drop coming. Send them off. Yes, B. Yes, Jessica. My favorite game. It's so hard to time those emojis. And some people are absolutely incredible at it. Lucas, who joins loads of live rides, gets that emoji every single time. I think he must be a musician. We're gonna give him that credit. 1 minute left, team, in our resistance number 1, before we find our little challenge and we get our first rest of the day. Yes, Jen. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Andy. We have 25 seconds until we find that minute's challenge. Yes, Andy. All right, team. This next minute, we are keeping resistance 1, but we're gonna go for a little surge on speed. That first 30 seconds is gonna be 110. That second 30 that we're gonna hit is gonna be up to 120. Get ready, team. 110, red zone in 3, 2, 1. Yes, Fee, yes, Jessica. Straight to 110. Part of this challenge is holding that speed down in our lower red zone for that first half. We can't just go all out just yet, but that time will come. In 10 seconds, we find 120. Remember, team, if you're 123 or over, you're gonna add resistance. Let's go. Yes, Andy. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Fee. Yes, Kachin. Yes, Jess. Jess? Jen? I can't read today. Yes, Marco. As soon as I said Jess, it sounded wrong. 3, 2, 1. Team, rest it down. Take a moment to breathe. You have our first and only one of our rests today. This is it. After this, we have 20 minutes or just under of straight work. I know, it's happened. Endurance game has hit new highs. Andy, Jessica, Fee, Jen, Marco, Kasheen, how are we feeling? Yes, team! Use this time to just shake out through those shoulders, shake out through the chest. We've got to make the most of this rest if it's our only one. Gradually start to get those legs moving again. Find your yellow zone. We have 30 seconds to get back in that groove. Nice, team, push for that yellow. From here, we're gonna find our resistance 2. We're gonna hit our second resistance 2 round. It's gonna be a little bit longer this time. Team, start to find resistance number 2. Find that sand or gravel. Get it all set up. For this, we have a full 10-minute round. It's not often that we get these. We're gonna have little chops and changes throughout, but for the most part, we're gonna be working in our resistance 2 yellow zone. Yes, team, that first half begins. Use this first half to find that focus, to push to those heels, to imagine that road, or whatever technique you are going for in our endurance game today. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jen. Yes, Fee. Yes, Kishin. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Andy. In my experience, this 20 minutes, this final push, is the part where that resistance is gonna feel a little heavier. So adjust down, adjust up, whatever you need to do. This is the part where we're gonna need to focus on that breathing, to focus on that form. So nice, team. Each and every one of you is absolutely killing it. I'm sure that my crew and team displaying on demand are killing it too. Nice, team, hold that yellow zone. It can be anywhere in that yellow. From 90 all the way up to 109. It is up to you. I'm going to use this little moment as well. If people have not joined the Facebook community that we have for Motosumo, 100%, if you use Facebook, come and join. It is such a lovely space. Every time I log on there, I'm just overwhelmed by how nice it is. In a world where social media sometimes isn't that nice, restore your faith in humanity, people. It's so nice on there. We are halfway through this first little bit. We have 2.5 minutes plugging away at this yellow zone in our resistance too. How's it feeling, team? Are we starting to get a little along these lines? You bet. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Andy. Yes, Fee. Me too. 2 minutes. Yes, Marco. Marco, your consistency at the moment is absolutely 100%. I'm loving it. Are you training for something specific, Marco? Yes. The dream. Anytime you got that target in mind, having those live counterparts to hold you accountable is so good. This is the beauty of it, team. We are a team. It's not like an instructor in a class. I'm here riding with you. We're all out on that road. We have 1 minute left before we mix it up a little bit. Yes, Jen. Keep pushing for that yellow, team. 30 seconds until our next portion is revealed. Get excited. It's absolutely crazy. No, I'm joking. No one be afraid, it's good. We are gonna keep this resistance too, and we're gonna take it to 2 extremes. We are gonna keep the feet moving the whole time. That's our endurance element. But we're gonna bring in recovery and speed elements too. 5 minutes on the clock for this first minute. we're gonna hold green zone. This is the crazy part. Sometimes it feels so weird to slow it down, especially when we've already been going for about 30 minutes. Hold that green zone, hold that momentum, use it to recharge. Yes, team. 20 seconds until we find the opposite end of the spectrum. We're gonna find triple digits. If you're feeling it, you are totally free to push up to your red zone. Keep it nice and low in red if you decide to take that challenge. Either way, team, we go. Start to find that speed again. Yes, team, we only have 2 of these pushes right here. Yes, V. Yes, Jen. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Kasheen. Yes, Andy. By this point in the session, we should have started to get some of those endorphins going. We can now just ride those good vibes all the way through the next 13 minutes. There's not long left. Get ready, team. Green zone. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Use the time to breathe. If you need that stretch, you can even take it from this zone right here. Martus, welcome. Welcome to Endurance Game. We have about 10 minutes left, and we are slowly completing our Resistance 2 challenge before we start to find our final push today. Hold that green zone, team. Fight the urge to speed, because we have our next little burst coming up in 15 seconds. 10. Get ready to find that speed. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute. This is our final fast push at Resistance 2. Triples or red zone? Yes, Andy. Endurance Game doing its job. That work is creeping up on us, and we 100% are out of that warm-up. Yes, V. 25 seconds to hold this speed. Yes, Marco, 1 more RPM, you've got it. Yes, Marco. Yes, Kasheen. Come on, team. 10 seconds until we find green for that nice, chill, active, we won't say rest, active chill. Green zone. Bring it down. Keep those legs moving. Yes, team. Here we are. In the last 10 minutes of today's session, that equates to about 7 minutes for today of work. After that, we're chilling, we're stretching. For this final little push, we are going to explore some of our heavier resistances. We're not going to stay up there for our full 5-minute rounds today. We're going to take them in little shorter chunks, but I want you to make sure that form is good, because we're doing it right at the end of the session. Team, add some resistance. It's been a while since we said that. You're going to add some on until it feels like thick, sticky mud. We're gonna hold that nice familiar green zone. We're gonna hold it for a minute and a half. Let's go, team. Resistance 3. Yes, Andy. Yes, Jessica. Good, team. Absolutely smashing it out. This pace here in our green zone should feel nice and familiar after our resistance 2 round. The only thing that's changed is that resistance on the legs. Yes, V. Yes, Kishin.
There's a feeling in my soul, can't defeat it.
30 seconds.
Lose control of my mind. Get set, are you ready to go?
Yes, team, well done. Keep it pushing here.
When I'm low, when I'm bleeding,
15 seconds until we get that little rest. For the rest, we're gonna keep our resistance. We're gonna keep moving the legs, but we're gonna move them really slowly for 30 seconds. Slow it down. If anything, this should give you a nice chance to stretch all the way down into that heel, to release off the hips, the back, the shoulders if you need. We're gonna go one more time, just like that at our resistance 3, 1 minute and a half, and then 30 seconds, slow recovery. Get ready, team. Start to push it down. A minute and a half. Let's go. Push to that green zone. I know that blue zone feels nice. Don't let it hold you. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jen.
I was empty.
Yes, B. Yes, Kishin. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Andy. Nice, B. Keep adding that resistance. Yes, Kishin. Keep adding. Yes, Andy. Right at the end of today, this is pure muscle work here. 30 seconds until we rest it down. Yes, team, come on. Final push. Three, 2, 1. Slow those legs way down. Start to stretch out all the way into that heel, into that hip, into the back, into the shoulders, but keep them moving. We are well and truly onto that final challenge. We're gonna keep it at resistance 3, but those of you who remember at the beginning, I said we might have a little adventure into resistance 4. It's gonna happen right now. We're gonna find resistance 3 for a minute and a half. We're then gonna find resistance 4 for a full minute, team, to finish off today. This is our last big challenge. Find that green zone. Resistance number 3. In 3, in 2, in 1. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Fee. You absolutely have this, team. Yes, Andy. Yes, Jen. Yes, Kishin. Anyone who is hitting that yellow zone, I want you to keep adding resistance. Anyone on my on-demand or on my my team display. Just because I can't see you hitting that yellow doesn't mean I'm not serious. Add that resistance. We want that green zone. Yes, Jan. Yes, Marco. Yes, Kishi. Nice. 30 seconds at resistance 3 before we find our finisher. A 1 minute round. Right up there at resistance 4. For this resistance 4, we're not going to worry too much about speed. Ideally, we're going to aim for blue zone. But if you're in that gray, you can hold it there. Because this is endurance, we're going to allow it. Team, let's start to add it on. Bring it up all the way to the absolute max you have on that hill. It should feel like the steepest hill that you can still carry momentum with. We have 1 minute. Those of you who are giving that little visualization exercise a go, picture that road down in front of you now. Get some of those little obstacles, little barriers along the road. Sweep them past you. Yes, Marco. 25 seconds left of today before we cool it down. Keep moving, team. Yes, Andy. Final 10 seconds. I want you to keep it going all the way to the end. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow those legs. Woo! Take that resistance all the way down. It's gonna feel like a long way. It's gonna feel like a lot of resistance coming off. And that is because it is, team. You were right up there at the top of that hill. Take a moment just to cycle off those legs. Whatever pace feels good. And as you slow that breathing down, start to soak up all of those endorphins. Reflect on your cycle today. Think about what you achieved. Yes, Andy. Yes, Jessica. Yes, Marco. Yes, Jen. Yes, Fee. Yes, Kishin. Bring those arms down to the sides. Slow that cycle way down. We're gonna bring it up out of the saddle now. We're gonna push the heels to the floor. And we're gonna bring the chest all the way to the handlebars to stretch it out. To anyone who is joining this on demand, I'm gonna say it one more time. If you have not yet joined us for a live session, come and join the party. That is exactly what it is. Right, Andy, right, Jessica, right, Fee, right, Jen, right, Marco, right, Kashin. It 100% is party vibes at the end of Endurance Game. Especially because it's a Friday. Opposite foot in front, yes, Marco. Rocket ships all round. If you have time after this, team, please take an extra little stretch out on the legs especially. We're gonna use this last few moments to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. Bring it back down to your seat. Reach those arms up overhead. Take a little movement from side to side. Reach those arms forwards. Round through the shoulder blades. We're gonna turn the palms to face the sky and we're gonna pull them back behind us to stretch that chest. Shake out all the way through. Get that blood flow back into the hands. Team, this is where I love you and leave you. That's proper tongue twister today. but it has been an absolute joy. As always, feel free to find us on Instagram. You can find me, Longevity Lottie, and drop me a message whenever you're training. Otherwise, team, this is ciao for now. Huge love and happy Friday.